am Deborah, and welcome to the Debra Show. And very excited. I think it's all of this youthful energy, you know.
Mm.
When we elders get amongst, as we would call the youngins,
Yeah,
it's something. It's a little magic that our youngins have with us, and that is that they bring all that youth back out in us. And I'm so hyped. I got the YLL Young Living Legends with
yeah,
me
yeah,
this evening on my show for an exclusive view. Okay. See, one day I said interview. Then
yeah.
today I said it's live and in view. So if you
Mm.
join us, you can see who the Young Living Legends are, YLL. And I want to welcome each one of you young men to the Debra Show. Um, I found you all, of course, through a proverb. I call him my scriptures. Anthony Crawford Jr., that brother uh, means a great deal to me, and I'm sure he means something to each of you, and we're going to get into that. To
Yes.
start us off, I want each of you to introduce yourself, and you can decide who's going to go first. When you introduce yourself, please tell us something about you, a little bit about your background, where you're from. Now, see, I said that you all were from Houston, so we're going to
Mm.
correct that, and I'm going to let y'all correct that. I got that idea from one of your mixtapes, was it, or your tape?
Right. West Loop.
Yes, West Loop. Yes. So that's where I got that. But it's all good.
All
So
good.
who's gonna start off? Who's gonna start off first?
Well,
I
I'm
went.
PNR Hoven. I'm from the north side of OKC.
Um,
And
you unmute your mic. Everybody else mute theirs, and Flex, you unmute yours.
my name is Flex PNR Hoven. And I'm from the north side of OKC. And I like to make music. And I'm also a plumber in my free time. Like, I'm a plumber. That's my day job.
Say that.
Mm.
You don't look old enough to be a plumber.
I'm 21.
Wow. Okay, so is that all you want to tell us about yourself? I mean, a plumber, part-time rapper.
Yes. And I got a project coming out on Wednesday. It's called After This. I'm taking a break till October because I have a album dropping in October called Flex for the Women. And I'm moving to a new, like, my rap is moving to a whole different way. Like, I'm not doing none of that promoting violence or drug abuse no more. I'm promoting, like, showing love to the woman in a respectful manner, not using the B word. I'm trying to cut out profanity completely. I
That's
think
going to
it's
be totally different to see how you're going to appeal. I mean, there's a niche out there for those who don't use any profanity, especially the B word or any derogatory innuendos toward the female. We might appreciate that for sure. Um, so I want to tell you, good luck with that and all the best to you with that particular project. Who's next?
My name. Oh, my name.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Willie.
Okay. My name is Kevin Gordon, but I go by K Breezy Beats. I'm a producer slash artist, but I also go by Breezy as an artist. I just now started releasing music as an artist, and so I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma, And so I came to Oklahoma City for college, and that's how I met all of them. But basically, yeah, producing wise, I have a sound like, I say it's unique, but it's more like a upbeat. It's a mid to upbeat tempo type of bouncy sound. It's like a mixture of hip hop and R&B, sometimes trap, but it's really just a mixture of all those producing wise. But as an artist, I'd say I'm more R&B, but I make hip hop and upbeat songs as well. But I'd say I'm more R&B.
So do you do any of the what's the thing in your genre, the vernacular, screwed? You know, you
Uh, the chop screwed stuff. No, ma'am. I don't. I have before, like engineering wise, like recording music, but I haven't like with my music or beats or anything I've done. I haven't experimented with that.
because that's supposed to produce some type of what, a mellow.
Yeah, like
It's
mellow emotion.
yeah, yeah. So I'm looking forward to when you start screwing around with that with that particular technique. Okay, it's a technique, everyone. Screwed. If you're not familiar, it's a technique that beat masters have the capability of doing, also for producing a different sound. Okay, so now who we got next to tell us a little bit about themselves, either Dez or Willie?
Yeah, I'll go. So I'm Willie G. I'm from the north side of OKC. Um, I've been with Lance and Dez ever since about middle school, so that's where I know them from. And I met Kevin in college. Uh, Something about me, I do CNA work. I work as a CNA in my spare time, so it's a little bit about me.
You all are giving me just the burn nails about yourself. I know there's a whole lot in your backdrop about who you are. However, I always admire long time friendships and long time relationships, because it takes a lot to maintain those. For those of you who went to school together, you went to college together. Now you're doing this together. Wow, that says a lot
Yes, ma'am.
about the camaraderie, and something about how you realize that you know it's good that y'all can run in a pack. It's good that you can run in a posse, have your own posse, because boy, look at her. If you notice, most of the murders of our young Black men are when they are by themselves. Now, and I watch men from other nationalities, Pakistani, Iranians, Africans, Latino. We make jokes about how many how how many how many Mexicans can you fit into a Volkswagen? It don't matter. They
Right.
in there. And if you stop one of them, they all piling out. Okay. And that's something that the men used to do when I was growing up. The young men, even the old men, they ran in packs. They hung out in packs. They were less likely to have to endure any type of brutality because they was together.
Yeah, it's
And
strength in numbers.
yes, it's definitely
Strength
some
in
strength in
numbers.
numbers, and I'm so proud that the four of you are have a very strong relationship with each other, and as often as you can when you're not at work and when you're hanging out with weekend and whatever, do it together. Do it together. All right, we are going to hear from Des now.
Yeah. I y'all gotta forgive me. I just came from the dentist, so I got a little got the little Novocaine in me. But
Yeah, I go by YLL Dez, my artist name, but everybody know me by Dez, you know. And yeah, I mean, my music, I just consider myself an artist more so because I don't like putting myself in a box as far as the type of music I make. Like I like I tell people all the time, like I listen to music, like good music. It don't matter what genre, as long as the music is good. So I try to be a reflection of that at the same time. But other than that, in the east side of Oklahoma City, you know, right down the street from the Capitol. Well, I'm 21. I just turned 21 actually. I'm the oldest of like 5 siblings, so got my work cut out for me. And yeah, like shoot, G was saying, I met them, G and Flex, probably like you said, middle school. My grandma stayed around the corner from both of them actually, like probably like 4 or 5 blocks, if that. And we just ran into each other at the park. And as far as KJ, shoot, we met him. Well, I met him through G as they went to the same college. And you know, they got acquainted and he was like, man, I got somebody to make beats, bro. I'm like, shoot, he's like, just bring them through. And shoot, ever since then it's been love, you feel me? So we just all kind of had a connection and just been kind of like building it and growing off of it. So like you said, it's beautiful to see stuff like that. It ain't like that, like it used to be. So yeah, that's yeah.
So, what part does proverb? What's his significance to you guys? How is proverb connected to you, and what's going on? Because every time I interview him, I always mention him in connection with the Young Living Legends and the Young Kings. So, how did you all hook up with proverb Anthony Crawford Jr.?
Uh, well, I know I had met him. He was actually my teacher at in high school. Ended up being like my junior fraternity. I guess you call him coach or whatever. You feel me? So I met him through in that that aspect, and he found out I rap. He linked me in one of his frat brothers, which is Jew. He actually produces a lot of our music too as well. And yeah, he locked me in with him, and I started messing with Jude, getting a connection with him. And Croft, he really always been the one to be like, man, y'all got to get out there, man. Y'all got something special, man. Y'all got to get out there, go do this, go do that. And so, you know, he probably like the glue, you know, more so, somewhat like the glue, I say, to hold us, kind of keep us together, keep us motivated, and to really go do it. Because how Pup is. He'll say something and he'll mean it. He don't care how you feel about it, as long as it's coming from the heart. So, but I mean, to me, that's the kind of role he plays for me. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's for everybody else. They would just have to tell you.
All right,
Um,
Billy G. So where is he at with you? How does he connect with you?
Pretty much the same dynamics. Pup more of like a mentor. Definitely provides us with proper resources and always keeps us motivated, keeps us on point.
Mhm.
I met Pup in a studio session back in high school. I don't remember how old I was, but I met him back then. So I've been around Pup for a good minute too. Um, but yeah, he's just always there. He makes sure to keep us going, and whenever I'm dealing with something, I could hit him up. We could
Mhm.
chop it up. So it's really like centered around that brotherhood. So
Right.
it's more along that, and then the music is just a plus for us. So I for sure, Pup is my guy.
All right then. All right, Kevin or Flex. What do you know? Proverb or Puff Crawl Dog.
Uh, nah, I met Pup in 2018, basically through Willie G, you could really say. And so basically, after my freshman year of college, I got an apartment down here in Oklahoma City. And so once I moved down here, that's when Willie G was like, start coming to the studio sessions and all that. And so that's when I met Dez. Well, I knew Dez before, but from school, but college. But I met Croft through that situation.
All
But
right.
really, he plays the same role like the glue, like every group has their disputes sometimes, And so in times like that, he's the glue that reminds us, we're a team, always stay together, and stuff like that. And he pushes us. Yeah.
Right. Right. And I don't know how we're gonna work on that feedback as long as we can understand what you're saying. Flex, what about you?
I met Pup in like 2018 at a studio session at Jules, and I heard him say poetry, and I'm like, that's a cold dude. And then the connection, it just built it up. Like we all started going to dope poetry, so I got acquainted with him more and more. And like he the motivation of the team. He, like how they said, he the glue to the team. He the motivation. He motivate everybody, keep everybody motivated and hyped, and continuing the music stuff.
And and are you saying that so everybody agrees that Pup, Crawdall, Proverb, Scriptures, Anthony Crawford Jr. The reason why I asked you all about your connection with him is because behind every successful any and everybody is that one somebody who encourages them, who's like a role model for them, their go-to person, off screen, real life, that keeps you grounded. And I wanted to make sure that, we at least made mention of who that is for you.
So he got a project dropping too. No, I ain't mean to interrupt, but he got a
No,
project
go
drop
ahead.
that trap. You got trap dropping coming soon on Apple Music and all them platforms. So they should definitely go out there and get them because Carl, like Flex was saying, that man got words for sure. He got words.
Yes, yes, he does.
Oh,
Yes, he does. He's the one that gave me my name, Oracle. Uh,
Yeah.
when I started doing poetry, doing the adult poetry nights and different things like that. But he had been calling me that for, whew,
And your poetry dope too. Your poetry, you gotta be in a certain level of intellect to catch what you be dropping for sure.
for sure, for sure. Um, so would you all say together now, is exactly what is it like being young Black artists in the kind of America that you're in today? What is that like for you all?
Uh, well, I can say for me personally, and as well as for the group, I mean, it's just like any just being young and Black in America alone is a challenge. Just trying to maintain that and being perceived as just that, a young Black male. And to add on the rapper effect, it's more like, oh snap, like they give you kind of like a pre-notion of who you are. They kind of try to box you in, and it's kind of like, if you look at the industry, it's that's what it's all about, is breaking out of that box, proving that you so much more to people and to society in general. But it's not even to the point where people got to prove that. Where I feel like we don't even have to prove that anymore in this day and age. It's like they and more so like it's the industry, as well as they are trying to, like, I feel like, manipulate what a rapper is and what a rapper's supposed to be and the whole image of it. So it's just like trying to compete with the industry, the police, the politics, everything like that, as well as other people that want to make music around you. It's just like it can be challenging, but it's also what makes you just more hungry. It kind of gives you that hunger to prove them wrong. So definitely a challenge, but a challenge that's been accepted, I guess you could say.
Very well put. All right, who's next? Come on.
It's
but I was gonna say, you gonna go?
yes, I'm gonna go. I like it. I like it. I think it's a lot of trials because like you do have a lot of hate being a young Black artist in America. You got a lot of hate like from not only like the other race, the white race, but you got hate from the black race too. So it's like a challenge, and I embrace that challenge because I like challenge.
You
But
don't, you're not bothered, Flex, you're not bothered by the stereotype personalities, like Des was saying, how they try to box you in and already have what a rapper is by based on the most popular American view of rappers, and how they're depicted, young black rappers.
mm-hmm.
Okay. You don't feel, you don't feel like you need to be frightened, or because you are in, you chose this genre.
No, I'm not. I'm not like I move with caution. Everywhere I go, I move with caution because there is dangers, and I avoid those situations because they're easy to avoid. You
Mhm.
just gotta know. You just gotta have the game to avoid it. And some people don't got the game, so some people stuck in that box and they can't break away. But the key to breaking out of that game, because everybody trying to be a free bird and fly away, so you just gotta break out of it. Just look over it. That's what I do. I look over all of the hate.
Okay. And you, would you say that that's what helps keeps you from being targeted when you're out and about, and as you become more and more popular, the four of you as YLL, and possibly being recognized and then maybe harassed because you're a young black rapper?
Um, Me personally, I'm not worried about nothing targeting me because unfortunately, it's something that's that's always on me. Like I'm always protected. Like the only thing I fear is the cops. Like that's my biggest fear because
And
you can't get out of the situations with them, and they like to shoot black men for some reason in this world.
mhm, yes.
It's
Yeah, and we know the some reason. The some reason is because you are a young black male, and every time that they get the occasion and opportunity to eliminate a young black male, uh, you're like the prodigy. The female, we carry, we are the gatekeepers, and we uphold the civilization of our black race, blah blah blah. Yet we still need our black men, and we
mm-hmm.
definitely, they it's like it's a genocide, a brutal genocide against young black men that has been going on ever since they became the so-called uh, conquerors of different cultures. Uh, but you're going to always be targeted, and black men and black people will always be targeted, and generally hated by other cultures and nationalities. So just because you what we would call a red bone, you're still a black man, and you're still a threat because you're able to be a progenitor of our race, meaning you can still impregnate. And as long as you can impregnate a female, the Constitution say, what is just 1/3 of some black blood in you a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so that's the for some reason that our young black men and black men in general are being targeted, hunted down, and murdered in this society today. So who's next? Let's talk about what it's like being a young black artist in America. You next,
Um,
Kevin?
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, like for my, I guess you could say day job, I do Instacart and like stuff like that, Postmates and all that. And so I experienced like a lot of like seeing a lot of people of like different classes and stuff like that. And like musically, like I can go to an area and like I naturally, like, if I'm driving, I may bump my music, loud if I'm driving like on the highway. But like if I'm in a parking lot or anything like that, I I won't keep it too loud, just hearable at a hearable level. And so there's some situations where people will hear my music and they'll give me a certain look. And it's like weird because my car, excuse me, by default, my car, it plays like the country radio when I first turn it on. And so, yeah. And so when I turn my car on and they hear that, I never get any like weird looks or anything from people. But like if I play like a song I release, that's when I'll get like weird looks like, oh, why is he over here? And so I deal with that, but I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to it. But I also agree with Lance about breaking out the box because I naturally try to go against the grain, like with everything. And so, yeah. It's music.
You're definitely going against that grain, each and every one of you. Because now the stigma and the stereotype. Willie G, have we heard from you yet, and how you feel about
Nah,
being? Let's chime in with you and
um,
about it.
it's not. I mean, I feel like being a black artist is it's like being a black man. I'm walking in my artistry, so like I'm gonna find art being a black man. So I'm gonna always feel that oppression part of it. That
Mhm.
doesn't really concern me. It's kind of more along the lines of I already know what's going on with that, so it's just another uphill battle. Um, I don't. I try not to fixate on that. Like in order to be the kind of artist I want to be, like I'm gonna have to show a whole lot of resilience. So I can't get caught up on that. Like it's expected, and for me, it's just moving throughout. Like I know it's dangerous, and it's definitely a stigma surrounded around just being a rapper in general. Like so, I'm just going against the grain. Just
Okay.
definitely going against the grain.
Okay. Let me. So, would you all say that? Do you all are you Young Living Legends as a group, or you all Young Living Legends individually? And sometimes, I mean, how did
We
that
are
come about? Who
we
came up
are
with the name?
we are our own competition at YLL. So it's definitely about getting over whatever it is that's killing you personally first, and then knowing what you do bring to the table in order to make it greater than what it is.
All right, Des.
The well, as far as like the name more so, it was kind of like a brainstorming of ideas, like what I wanted to kind of call myself, and I wanted to be a acronym, at least at the very least. And then I ran into G and Flex and all of them, and I'm like, well, I wanted to be something. Really, it came from the idea of everybody being able to do this. Everybody having a label, because that's what society try to do for you anyway. Is try to give you or create a label for you. So
Mhm.
it's like we create our own. We create our, like you said, we our own competition. We create our own stigma. We create our own label. So it's just like everybody a young living legend. You know what I mean? When we together, we a group of young living legends. So
Wow.
it's just like it just transpired kind of like that, grew into that. Something beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm loving all of that. And you know what? I don't know how y'all gonna manage it. Uh, but I want a t-shirt with all four of y'all on it,
Yes,
so I
man.
can walk around wearing, my Young Living Legends,
For sure.
because to be a living legend and be black.
Right.
That's the hard part.
That's it.
That's the hard part.
Thank you. Thank you. And so while I got y'all all in the flesh, I want my t-shirt. I need a extra large in the men's size for my girls. to accommodate my girls. Um, but hook me up with that, when y'all can. I'll pay you for it.
Look, we
Um,
got you.
I'm loving that. So let me ask you something. What is y'all's energy like together? Do y'all are y'all like a normal group? Y'all have your arguments, or how do
Oh,
y'all
it's
mellow each other
standard.
out?
Hey, us as a group, it's like the Avengers. It ain't even like the Avengers. It's like Superman. It's like four Superman. Like the only thing that can defeat us is kryptonite. And what I mean by that is ourselves. You know how kryptonite comes from planet Krypton.
Right.
And that's where Superman is from. So like the only thing that can defeat us is ourselves. Like nobody can touch us.
Right. Well, it's a very common thing in America that should you all like make it as a group, you know, get your break and whatever. America usually has a way of, pulling you apart. Uh, how do you all foresee, withstanding that challenge? Because I'm sure that too is out there about trying to target a particular record label or whatever may target one of you and not want the other three of you and woo. Y'all know how it works. So in
Yeah.
America, as young Black artists, how y'all gonna keep YLL together?
Because if one of us make it, we all make it. Like nobody gonna get left behind. Like if one make it, ain't no envy gonna be towards that person because we know that person's gonna look out for us because we brothers. Like we not friends. We brothers. We can get into disagreements, but we brothers. So it's different, and it's not like no industry type stuff. Like we really brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. It's more so like we was friends before the rap, more so like before the music. Like even with K Breezy, like I feel like we it's a pure connection, you feel me? It's more than music. I look at it like that. Like music is kind of like something we also it's like if we all play basketball, we was going to the same colleges and same high schools, and then we get to NBA, we split up. It's not like we wouldn't play basketball together, so it's just like it's a respect and it's a brotherhood at the same time. So like Flex said, one make it, we all make it. Really, I mean, it's that simple.
Cool.
And
Now go
I
ahead.
the way I describe us, like our energy and all that, like I was talking to Willie G earlier. And so like we're like individually, we're different, personally, of course. But together, I feel like all six of us, Croft and Jew included, we're a group of six. Me and G said this, a group of six lieutenants. I feel like when people look at us, they don't know who's in charge, And so, that's how I feel about our energy and us as a group all together.
That's a great technique because that's what usually is the downfall of our leaders, is that the oppressors can easily spot the leader because everybody's that game we used to play when we was children, follow the leader. Well, when they can't because I can tell that, of course, the four of you are very strong alpha males, and when they can't figure out who the leader is, it keeps them in a quandary, and it takes them that much longer to figure out a strategy to come for you, and introduce and tempt you in all of the divisive ways and that they will, whether it be women, drugs, and that whole. What are you all doing differently? Because young Black artists in America are always associated with drugs and sex. Um, what is YLL? What are y'all doing differently to remove that stigma from
I,
you all?
I try to spread, like in everything I do, even like just like posting on Instagram, like even to that, I try to just spread positivity. Like we all do, of course. We're all positive people. We want to see the best for, all of us. And so I just try to spread positivity for the world. But for my music, because like we all know, like Black artists is known for them to like degrade women in their music, etc. As Lance was saying, well, Flex was saying earlier. But yeah, we know that's known. But so with my music, I try to. I think I was saying this to Flex earlier, but with my music, I want the player approach still, but not like playing them, not like playing the female, but like being a respectful player too.
Right, right,
It's different though. So,
right,
it's a work in progress.
right.
If I also feel like with me, like I said earlier, I have 5 younger siblings, so I also take it into account. They hear my music, and so it's like I try to do it more so it's like a record keeping, like on what I didn't experience through life so far and how I got through it myself. So it's more like a guide. Like if I try to make my music more like a guide or a manual, more so like something you can more so relate to, and flip through the pages or go back to the front of the book and see, and answer your specific questions. But as far as like the whole drugs and like the sex, I feel like people try to limit that to rappers, but that's in every form of entertainment, and not even just entertainment. It's with any form. It's life.
Yeah,
People do that.
yeah,
People use drugs to escape. People have sex with women because it's natural. It's reproductive act at the same time on the most basic level. But I think people just dramatize those two things a little too much and try to make it seem like it's a problem when really
right.
it's not a problem. If it is a problem, everybody got a problem, man. So
Everybody got it. Yes.
right.
Willie G,
Yes, ma'am.
talk to
I
me. Talk to me.
man, I just feel like when it comes to that kind of stuff, like I said, I'm anticipating that kind of that kind of backlash. But
Uh-huh.
I'm I'm comfortable with who I am as a person. Like I know who I am, what I do, and what I don't do.
Right.
I couldn't let it get to a point where it would throw me off. Like I know what's in my heart. So it's for me, it's just embracing my culture and embracing my own individuality because it's not. I mean, I try to keep it as authentic as it can be. And me as a black man, there are things that other black men, me just speaking my truth could be therapy for a whole lot of other black men. So
Right.
that's just the whole thing for me. That could be my way of bonding with them. So
Yes. Yes.
I try not to get too caught up in that.
Okay. Well, see now here's the thing though. And like this, like you all are saying, I mean, it just comes with the territory because it comes with life. You don't even have to be uh in rap or anything like that. Just an everyday, ordinary young person, just a person,
Yeah,
period.
really,
Now,
really.
however, though, being that you're in that industry, the music industry, and you attract females, and we know some females are groupies and blah blah blah, and without you being blown up, we know that there are females flocking, you know. I mean, so how it and without getting being bad mouthed from a bitter female that you just kind of shun,
Right,
because
right.
she's just not your type, and you understand why she's being attracted to each and every one of you. uh how in America, when you're doing it differently, how are you staving off the groupies?
I would say discretion is key. You definitely can't just be out here. You can't. It's got to be a sense of self control that is developed. And unfortunately, like I feel like in our community, it's way more accessible. Like it can definitely happen because I'm convinced that it's just the way of people dealing with things, the same way that they go for drugs or they'll go deal with alcohol. It's got to be a sense of control and understanding of why you can't put yourself in predicaments. Um, none of us have kids or nothing, so it can be done. It's just you gotta figure out what it is that's really making you go after it the way that you, because I mean, we're all men in here. We there are ways to satisfy our needs other than just going wild and going crazy with the females. So it's definitely like, and everybody gonna do their own thing too. Like it's
Right.
not it's for sure, for sure. Everybody gonna do their own thing. It's just, for me, it's recognizing those flags early and understanding why, like, we can't go that way. Because if we go that way, you could go over here. Like it's definitely like discretion. You have to have that ability to understand the importance of the situation and why you can't make boneheaded decisions thinking with the wrong head. So
Facts.
Definitely. I
The
like
way
how
I
I like how you answer that question, Willie G. KG, how you keeping all them women off of you?
the way I go at it or think about it, I feel like it's kind of the same as what Willie G said, but it's like along the lines of having discipline. Because I feel like, and it can go as simple as to, I tell them this all the time, but it could go as simple as to waking up every day and just going to work out and like making sure you don't miss a day. And I feel like, because I personally feel like, well, at least it works for me. But as I started working out and being consistent with that and making sure I don't miss or none of that, it's been easier for me to not do other things, because I can, like, working out sucks. Like, doesn't, I'd rather lay down, you know? And so if you can do that, I feel like you can have the discipline to not do something else.
Won't have
But it's different
won't
for
have
everybody.
no baby pop-up surprises.
Oh, no, none of that. None of that. None of that.
Well, yeah. I mean, because we talking about double L. Now you gotta let the ladies know we talking about doubles, but not doubles as in trouble. With the pop up babies and baby mama dramas and things of that nature. Let me ask y'all something. Y'all want to do any do y'all want to do any particular performance, impromptu right now
I'll
for
perform.
the audience?
I'll perform.
I'm kind of out.
I know, Des, you can't because you just came from the dentist. Flex, you want to toss a little some?
I'll perform.
Yeah, come on, give us a little something.
Oh,
All right. Let me.
Yeah, come on.
Get it
I'll
right.
perform
Get it right.
well.
Represent.
I'm gonna do a sad song.
Make sure you got your feedback worked out now.
All right.
Everybody go on mute.
Yes, I'm gonna stand up. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna set this. Nah, I think. All right.